We're back. It's the Premier League prediction show and it's week 13. We've had all the international breaks now. We finalised Euro 20. Well, at least I thought we had. We finalised 20 countries. There's still 4 more to be decided. And it's a pretty complicated method to decide the final 4. It will be known in March when they gather together to play in 4 groups through to a final, and the winner will take their place in Euro 2020. What we do know is that the chief protagonists are safely in. That includes Germany, France, Italy, the Netherlands, and England, and Portugal, of course, the current holders. But we're not here to discuss 2020. Although I will just say I'm really happy that my home team Wales have got through. But let's get on to the Premier League. There was an absolutely out of this world development this week. Spurs decided to let Mauricio Pochettino go. Remember, this guy took them to the European Cup final, the Champions League final, only a matter of months ago, and although they've looked poorly in the league, they've continued to flourish in the Champions League, but apparently that wasn't good enough for Spurs, and so they fired him on Tuesday. And then within 24 hours, he was back. The special one was back. Jose Mourinho, the new coach and manager of Tottenham Hotspur. Well, as you probably know, I've been commenting for a long time about how ridiculous the decision at Old Trafford was to sack Mourinho after he'd already been a winner, winning the Europa League and coming second in the Premier League to Man City. So, to be perfectly frank, I think he's going to be an absolute dream fit for Spurs, and it really does throw out that challenge to him, which he loves. So good luck to Spurs. Okay, taking a breath, let's get into the prediction show. There's a match on Monday, there's 1 match on Sunday, but 8 matches are on Saturday. And the early kickoff, would you believe it? The early kickoff is at the London Stadium, and it's West Ham versus Spurs. We couldn't have had a better first match really to get us running. We'll be watching Mourinho on the touchline, and I think his Spurs sides are going to respond in a positive manner, and West Ham's form has been really poor. I'm going for Spurs to win this game by 2-1. On to the 3 o'clock kickoffs. That's time 10 o'clock here in Thailand. And the 7 matches, let's go through them. Arsenal are at home to Southampton. Southampton continue to wobble. Arsenal's form patchy at best, but I think they're going to just have enough to get over the line here. I'm taking Arsenal to win this one by 2-1. Down at the Vitality Stadium, we've got Bournemouth at home to high-flying Wolves. Wolves have returned to that form that really was a breath of fresh air last season, and they've accelerated up to 7th in the league. Bournemouth are even better placed, but I fancy this to go to a tight 1-1 draw. Just down the south coast a bit further, we've got Brighton at the Amex, and they're at home to high-flying Leicester City. Leicester City, just to remind you, Leicester City are in second. Yeah, second. And they've looked absolutely superb the last 2 weekends, disposing of Southampton and then Arsenal in a comfortable fashion. And I think they're going to put Brighton to the sword as well. I'm going for a 3-1 win for the Foxes. Now to Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace at home to the league leaders Liverpool. Now in the past Liverpool have had problems at Selhurst Park. We can all remember many games, particularly in the Cup, where Palace managed to turn things around. I don't think they're going to be able to do it this time round though. Liverpool are looking so strong under Klopp. Their squad now is almost at full strength with Chamberlain back, with Lallana back, and I haven't heard anything from the Swiss. What's his name? Can't remember his name. He hasn't been picked in such a long time. But Wijnaldum was scoring goals for fun for the Dutch, and I'm going for Liverpool to nudge this one by 2-1. To Goodison Park, a refreshing win for Marco Silva 2 weeks back, and he entertains the bottom team Norwich. But Norwich are already looking certainties to return to the Championship. Everton are going to dispose of them by 3-1, and maybe the Finn Tuki might get a goal. To Vicarage Road, now Watford at home to Burnley, both coming off victories. Watford, it took them off the bottom of the table. Burnley once again showing how tough and strong and well organised they are under Dyche. I'm going for a 2-2 draw here. I think Watford have bounced back. Admittedly it was against Norwich, but in front of the home crowd I think they're good enough for a draw. Now the match of the weekend really, and it's Manchester City in fourth at home to Chelsea in third. This is going to be a good match on the eye, but I think City's experience will carry them through. I'm taking them to win this game by 2-1. Now the Sunday match, and it brings Sheffield United into focus against Manchester United. Of course, Sheffield have been on a great run. They're looking very solid. Everyone's finding it difficult to take them on and beat them. Wilder's defence is very, very resilient, and I think United are going to struggle. But I think they have turned the corner, and I'm going for a 1-1 draw. Now the Monday night match, it's at Villa Park, and Newcastle are in town. Villa have had a bit of bad luck really. They're, I think, fourth from bottom, but their performances suggest they should be higher up than that. On the opposite coin, Newcastle are probably getting more points than really we expected them to do, but I'm going for a 1-0 win for Aston Villa in front of their vociferous fans. So that's it then. That's the prediction show. We will have a results show on Saturday's matches with a bit of luck on Monday morning, and then Tuesday morning I'll round off the other two matches and briefly summarise the week 14 action. Sorry, the week 13 action. Let's get it right. Okay, that's your lot.